Hi there, lovely. When I had my first thought about giving up alcohol, one of the first things that popped into my head was what I'd be missing out on. I was incredibly fearful, and we know the phrase, don't we? FOMO, fear of missing out. And I thought I would be missing out on socializing, connecting with people, because I often needed alcohol to speak, you know, the things that I wouldn't say if I didn't have alcohol in me. And I feared that I would never be able to relax again because my life was so stressful with family, you know, kids, work, you know, all the usual things that women in midlife are kind of dealing with in terms of jobs, family, relationships, elderly parents, menopause. So there's a lot going on the shoulders, and it's easy to listen to the fears that you hear kind of whispering in the back of your mind as soon as you start to think about giving up. And I certainly had those fears. I honestly thought I couldn't even see what my life would be like without alcohol, and that just created so much fear in me. But when I reached my kind of enough moment, I just thought, that's it. I have to do this. I don't care what happens next. It's fine. I'll deal with whatever comes. And within a matter of weeks, I mean, really short space of time, I noticed very quickly that certainly my fear of not having a social life totally evaporated, because I couldn't. My fear of not having a social life completely evaporated because I realised quite quickly that I didn't really like it, and it was a little bit boring. You know, going out drinking, it can be very repetitive and a bit dull. So as soon as I tried to do it without alcohol, I was like, this is not for me. Okay, I'm not gonna, I won't miss that now. And then things like missing out on being able to relax. Well, it turns out being sober is naturally relaxing. Yeah, you have to do some work, and you have to do make a little bit of effort to get yourself to the point where you're fully comfortable with it, but it doesn't take as long as you think it does. And my fears around things like being able to speak openly with people that I wanted to be close to, again, ask me, I'll tell you, I'll say, I just found that it was really easy. So very, very quickly, those fears just evaporated. But what I realised in the months and the years that went by, it's been since 2017 now that I've been sober, but these are the things that I was really missing out on. And this has been such a revelation for me. And it's the same for the women that I've worked with. First of all, sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. I can't tell you how much I love to sleep. I love going to bed. I love having a good night's sleep, and I'm so happy when I wake up in the morning with a clear mind. Just love it, love it, love it. And I'd been missing out on that for decades. Speaking of mind, that's the other thing that I absolutely adore. I always felt like when I stopped drinking, somebody took my brain out, washed it, sprinkled it with fairy dust, and then put it back in. I can't believe the clarity of my thinking. I can't believe how sharp my decisions are, how good I am at emotionally regulating myself. I'm so together now, and that all comes from my mind, and it is amazing, and I can't believe I've been missing out on that. Absolutely unbelievable. Which leads into the next thing that I'd been missing out of, which is being positive. I mean, we know humans, we default to a sort of negativity bias, but not me. I might not have a great day every single day, but underneath it all, I am positive. I am positive in myself. I'm positive in the things that I'm doing. And it feels good, and it actually feels natural. I can't believe I was generating my own little rain cloud of doom over my head. And I just adore that you throw a problem at me and I will take a deep breath and say to myself, right, what's the answer? I love that about being sober, and I'd been missing out on that for so long. But the biggest thing that I'd been missing out on, the most amazing thing that I'd been missing out on, was being myself. To be myself every day is just the most joyful, beautiful way to live. When I look back at my drinking and how far away that took me from my natural self, and I think that is, when you're a grey area drinker, that is what sobriety reveals, is your natural self. My natural self is this sort of positive, quite happy, and very centred within myself. I know who I am. I have no fears about anything in life. I mean, I'm getting older now, so, stuff that you do concern yourself with. But even that, it is the natural way of life, and I will squeeze every last drop of joy out of my existence until the day I drop, because, and this is really the takeaway that I want you to take from this video, is I will get to the end of my days punching the air and saying, what a great adventure. And that's what I want for you. If you're struggling with giving up grey area drinking, start with this one question, which is the framework of everything that I do, which is, what's the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? It will never be to drink. It will always be to be kind to yourself, to be loving, and to do the right things for you. Come and join me, my love. It's amazing. If you'd like some help with your first 10 days, I have a 10-day reset course, which you can have a look at. Day 1 is linked for free in the description box below, so you can check that out. And if you are a midlife woman who is looking for some support with giving up your drinking, please like and subscribe, because this is what I'll be talking about all the time and giving you. I want to give you inspiration. I want you to feel inspired to give up. I don't want you to approach this with this doom and gloom, grit your teeth, fists up approach. It is easier than you think, and it's so much more wonderful than you could ever imagine it would be. See you there. Lots of love.